Hi, this is Diane Lovetobake on YouTube. And what we're going to make is a pound cake. But we're going to make a rum pound cake. Now, if you don't like rum or you don't want to use rum, then go ahead and you can use 1 teaspoon of rum extract. Okay? So either way, it will work fine. Now, you will need at least a 10-cup capacity pan. So you can use your bundt pans or your angel food pans, and I'm using my star pan for this. Go ahead and grease it and dust it with flour. Now, I started this video just moments ago, but we had a power failure, so I had to stop. So I want to give you the directions of what's going to be in the recipe. I'm sorry, I no longer put it below the video anymore. So I'm going to go slowly and hopefully clearly enough that if you're interested in trying this rum pound cake, you'll be able to jot down the recipe. Okay, you're going to start off with 1 cup of butter. I have already beat it in my stand mixer before we had the power failure. That 1 cup, of course, is equal to 2 sticks of butter. Then along that, I added 2 cups of brown sugar. And I begin to cream. I cream my butter first, break it up. Then I added my 2 cups of brown sugar, and you want to beat it for about 4 to 5 minutes till it's very light and fluffy, okay? And that's about where I got. That's when we had our power failure. So I already, again, bears repeating, the butter is already creamed, and the 1 cup butter and the 2 cups of brown sugar is already been creamed. And I beat it for about 5 minutes, okay? And that's what it looks like. All right? Okay. Now, the next thing that we're going to put in is eggs, and you'll need 3, and they've been at room temperature, and I'm going to beat in 1 at a time. Now, I'm going to warn you about the sound to my mixer. That's our first one. Our second one, and then the third. Now, I generally have to do this because everything kind of sticks to the side or at the bottom, so I just want to get in there and take care of that. And now I'm going to turn it on and beat it, and just beat this till it's well combined. You don't want to overbeat it. I'm going to warn you about the sound. Okay, and generally I spend a minute or 2 to do that, and I put it on high just to move it along because of the video. But you use whatever speed that you prefer. Medium is about best. All right. Now we'll work on the dry ingredients. You're going to need 2½ cups of all-purpose flour, but you're going to put a plus to that, and you're going to put 3 tablespoons also of flour. So the total is 2½ cups of all-purpose and an additional 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. Okay? You're also going to be needing salt. So you need 1 teaspoon of salt, and I'm just going to kind of stir it into my flour. And you're going to need 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And again, once again, I'm just going to give that a quick stir. Or, you know, okay. All right. Now, what I'm going to be doing is alternating this dry with the wet, and then also I'll be adding 1 cup of evaporated milk. And yes, the evaporated milk that we're so used to using when we make pumpkin pies, okay? So 1 cup of evaporated milk. So I'm going to start with my dry. And then I'm going to alternate with my evaporated milk. And that was 1 cup of evaporated milk. Okay, we're going to put the rest of the milk in. And I'm going to raise my speed, so I'm going to warn you about the sound. Again, you're going to spend a minute or 2 on medium. I had it up high because of the video. Okay, just till it's smooth and combined. You don't want to overbeat the batter because pound cake, definitely has a denser quality than say a sponge cake or something like that. So you don't want to overbeat it, okay? And I just want to clean up the sides of the bowl, get to the bottom, and then this is when we're going to add the rum, okay? And that is, you can put 1 to 2 tablespoons. It's really up to you. Or again, like I said, if you don't have rum or don't like rum, I like to put the whole 2 tablespoons of the rum in. But if you don't have it, 1 teaspoon of rum extract works really well. Okay, now you'll see the batter. It's quite silky and smooth. There's really no lumps or bumps or that kind of thing. Okay, and it will take on more of a light tan shade due to the rum and due to the evaporated milk. And then you'll just want to start putting this in to your 10 cup pan. Okay. Just trying to equal it all the way around the star here. Again, if you have bundt pan or you have an angel food pan, or some people call it a chiffon baking pan. I'm a little bit awkward due to my cast here. So I'm getting a little bit of batter in places that it normally wouldn't be. I'm just going to take off my excess here. Okay. Now you're going to preheat your oven at 350 degrees. And this cake could take you anywhere from 55 to 60 minutes. So it can take up to that, that full hour. But remember, all our ovens set up so differently. I just want to get into the corners here of the star with my knife, the batter, and, even it out a bit. See that it's, equal on all the sides here. Okay. And then when it does come out of the oven, put it on a cooling rack till it's cool enough that you can invert it onto your plate or your dish or whatever you're using. Okay, so once again, 350 preheated oven, and anywhere from 55 to 60 minutes in your 10-cup pan. Now I'm going to rinse my pan here. Take off one of my gloves. And I'd like to show you what the cake looks like once it's baked up. And this is how it turns out. What I did was I just glazed it with some powdered sugar. You can use powdered sugar and milk to form whatever glaze that you want, or use water. Water works well too. And then I just put some colored jimmies at the top of the star. This cake is good with just sprinkling powdered sugar on top, or eating it alone. It really is very good. So let's get a knife and let's cut into that beautiful rum pound cake. So I'm gonna grab a knife here and a plate and cut a slice down to show you. And this is what it looks like. It's not a super heavy, dense. You can see the flake that's coming off this. And then when I press on it, I don't know if you can see how moist it is. So it's not really, super dry pound cake like sometimes you do have, or you have made before and maybe you didn't like it, but it's very moist. And like I said, the crumb is quite delicate. So it's, I would say, medium to light density on the crumb, but it's an enjoyable rum cake. It really is. And you'll get that flavor of the rum and the butter, and it's really a great tasting pound cake, and it freezes extremely well. I have frozen this and I use it within at least about 2 months, but I wrap it very well with plastic wrap, and I put it in a Ziploc bag and to make sure that it doesn't get freeze or burn on it. But I think if you try this cake, you're gonna like it. You're gonna eat it, or you're gonna eat it shortly after that, maybe a week or two in your freezer. And it's nice to take out when you have company, and for a quick dessert, or with a cup of coffee or a cup of tea for company, or just for yourself to enjoy. So I want to tell you that if you try this recipe and you like it, we'll leave a comment, because I'd like to hear from you. But I also want to remind you that all my videos are solely put on YouTube. And that's one of the reasons why I no longer put my recipe below, because my work, and I'm not alone on that, is found on all other sites, and people are claiming my work theirs, and it's not worth it anymore to do that. And I'm certainly not alone on that. So please watch me on YouTube, and if you do write to me, I'm going to get that comment or that question, and I will do my very best to answer it in a timely fashion. So if you're so inclined to subscribe, boy, I'd really appreciate it. Or give the video a like. I can't thank you enough. So, thank you for watching Diane Lovetobake on YouTube. Stay well, stay safe, and I'll see you soon.